I'm going to be answering a question that was asked of me about how to compete against big companies and what you can do to win when it seems like the clients only want the big companies. We're going to be talking about the industry. We're going to be talking about 3 things that you can do right now to start competing against big companies. And I want to show you how to win when you are competing against those big companies. For those of you who don't know me, it's Chris Prouty, and for the last 21 years, I have helped thousands of entrepreneurs and experts wildly grow their businesses by teaching them how to attract their ideal clients into their business. Now would be a genius time to click the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you receive an alert every time I create a video about attracting clients to your business. Even though my clients have this product or service that they know can have a tremendous impact on their industry, they feel like they are not being heard online, or they're struggling against the competition. So we fix that with step-by-step plans and strategies. If that is something that is appealing to you, I invite you to come to a free class that I'm having this week. All you gotta do is go to that URL right here, type it in, my last name, class.com, proutyclass.com, and I will invite you into a free class that I'm giving this week. So I got this question, and the question that they asked me was, I want to do this as a solopreneur. I want to start my own business doing this, but it seems like all of the clients only want the big companies to do this work for them. And currently this person is working for a big company. So the clients appear to only want the big companies, and this person's hesitant to taking the step to doing it as a solopreneur. So we're gonna unpack all of that today, and I want to give you 3 strategies that you can start using if you do want to become that solopreneur and compete against the big companies and ultimately start winning clients. All right. So before I get to that, if you feel like attending a free class with me this week where we do talk about the 5 things that you can start doing to attracting clients to your business, just go to proutyclass.com. Let's talk about the 3 things that you can do if you're thinking about leaving a big business and going out as a solopreneur. The first thing that's important to understand is that in working for a big business, it's going to always appear as though the clients only want to work with the big businesses, because that's where you are right now. That's the environment that you're in, and that's what you're being subjected to. That's what you see every single day. It's something that we call confirmation bias. You're developing a bias, and it's being confirmed by seeing the clients come in only to want to work with the big company. But I want to assure you that confirmation bias is your best friend when you go out as a solopreneur, because then you're going to be surrounded with people who want to work with somebody who is out on their own, an expert or a specialist like you. And I'm talking specifically to the HVAC person that asked me this question, but this could apply to anyone that is a specialist that's looking at going out on their own. This confirmation bias simply says what you observe around you becomes your reality. When you're working for a big company, you're observing that the clients only want to work with the big companies. But when you're out on your own, you're going to find people that only want to work with a solopreneur or a specialist. So the first key that I want to share with you is very simple. If you are thinking about going out on your own, realize that there is a whole collection of clients out there that want to work with you. And you simply need to be present in front of those clients and demonstrate that you can give them what they're looking for through your expertise. And then confirmation bias is going to kick in, and those exact clients are going to start coming to you. So key number 1 is realize there are clients for you as a solopreneur, and you will find those clients. So it's also important to understand that they might be different clients than the ones that the big companies are serving. There are clients that only want the big companies, but equally, there are clients that want to work with solopreneurs. So I want you to accept the fact that there are people that will work with you, but also understand that they might not be the same exact people that want to work with the big companies. Okay, so key number 1 is understanding that your clients do exist, and they will find you if you start doing the things to get in front of them. So what are the things that you can do to get in front of them? Well, that's key number 2. Key number 2 is going to be make a list of all of the benefits of working with you as a solopreneur or as an expert. Just sit down and see if you can list 10 things, or 15 things, or 20 things, or 50 things. List all of the benefits to working with you as a solopreneur or working with you as an expert. These are going to be the foundation for your marketing positions. These are the angles that you're going to be using in the content that you create. You see, when you create content and it gets in front of the people who are most likely to hire you, and you're showing them all the benefits of working with you, they're going to step out of the shadows and say, yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So key number 2, make a list of all the benefits of working with you as a solopreneur. List as many as you can. I know you can do it. Just sit down and do it one day. Just clear out all of the distractions, turn the phone off, do it on a piece of paper with a pencil or a feather that you dip in ink or whatever you write with, and list all of those things. It's going to feel really good to do because you're going to unearth things about you that you might not have thought of. So make that list of all of the benefits of working with you. That's key number 2. Key number 3 is to make another list. And what I want you to do is list all of the things that your potential clients might be resistant to working with you as a solopreneur on. So think about everything that might introduce friction in them wanting to work with you. Think about every objection that they might have. Think about every reason that they might say, well, you're just a solopreneur. And I want you to make that list. That list should be as long as your benefit list. And then I want you to take that list and I want you to find ways to reverse every single one of those beliefs in the content that you create. So an example of this might be someone says, you're only one person. And then you can say, yes, and by being one person, I'm going to be very flexible and I'm going to work with more agility and I'm going to work faster than a big company with many layers. So we took that friction, we took that belief that introduced friction or resistance and we turned it around into a benefit. So you've got the understanding that your audience is looking for you. You've made your list of benefits that you can start creating content and educating this group of people so that they see you as that sole source for the solution that they're seeking. And then you made the list of resistance and you're turning that list around in the content that you create at the same time. And so now you're nullifying any of these limiting beliefs they might have about working with you. And if you implement those 3 keys with consistency, the people who are your right clients are going to come to you. And so this is going to help you feel better about taking that step and becoming that solopreneur. Your clients are there, there's benefit to working with you, and all of that resistance that they have can be reversed and can be readily reversed. If you're curious about the 5 things that I talk about every single week about growing your business, the 5 key strategies to growing a business and attracting more perfect clients to your business, I do want you to hop onto this link right here. Just go to proutyclass.com and please sign up for the free class that I'm giving this week, please, because it's going to show you how to leverage 5 powerful strategies to start growing your business right away. People in the class start attracting more clients before the end of the class. It's only an hour long. We have so much fun teaching it, and I would love to see you there. So let's just recap all of this. There you are working for a big company. You know that you can go out on your own as a solopreneur and really have an impact, but you're worried that your clients aren't going to want to work with a solopreneur, when in fact they might not, but there's a whole collection of people who will. And in order to get those people to move closer towards you, start writing about all of the benefits to working with you, and then integrate into that reversal of all of the resistance, of all of the friction points. And you're going to start creating content that gets people to realize that you're the solution that they've been looking for. And when you're able to do that, that's when these clients just step right out of the shadows and start working with you. And when you're really ready and when you're really serious about growing your business, well, this link is here just waiting for you to come into my free class. Just go to proutyclass.com and sign up for that free class. You know, I have one more point to make on this, and I think I will make it right now. I was going to save it for another video. The temptation, follow with me on this last point. The temptation is going to be to lower your rates to compete against the big companies. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't advise lowering your rates because people are paying for an outcome. They're paying for a result. And the fact that you're a solopreneur has nothing to do with how much they're willing to pay. So I would resist that urge to reduce rates to compete against big companies. And instead, I would charge a competitive rate with the big companies because your clients are paying for an outcome. Okay? They're not paying for that you get to work from home or that you're a one-person show. They're paying for an outcome, and we charge for an outcome. So bear that in mind, because if you start lowering your rates, then you're going to be out of fair exchange, and they're going to be out of fair exchange, and you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing your industry a disservice. So the bonus tip that I'm going to give you is this: don't lower your rates to try to compete with the big companies. Okay, don't try to undercut them by a tremendous amount. Ultimately, that will be the demise of your business because people pay for an outcome, they pay for a result, they pay for the work that you give them, whether or not they've hired the big company. So bear that in mind. Charge what your industry will bear. Charge what your clients will pay. And don't undermine yourself and don't undermine your industry. And while everything that I've just taught you is important, it might not be the only thing that you need, which is why I'm going to put a link right here for you to check out right now about getting more clients into your business. And of course, if you click on my face, you can subscribe to my channel to receive alerts whenever I create videos like this.